So, dear students, in the last class we have studied different types of enthalpies of reactions, namely enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of combustion, enthalpy of phase transition. In enthalpy of phase transition, we have studied what is enthalpy of fusion, enthalpy of vaporization, enthalpy of sublimation, and also we have studied what is enthalpy of atomization, enthalpy of bond dissociation, and enthalpy of solution. So today we will study what is lattice enthalpy. What is lattice enthalpy? I will give you one example. Suppose sodium chloride is an ionic solid compound, because so in your next chapters you will understand what is a covalent compound. A compound formed by the combination of positively charged ion and negatively charged ion is called an electrovalent compound or ionic compound. Sodium chloride is a solid ionic compound. So, to convert solid ionic compound into its gaseous ions Na plus G plus Cl minus G. So, what is the amount of energy required? That amount of energy is called lattice energy. What is lattice energy or lattice enthalpy? It is the amount of energy. Lattice enthalpy is the amount of energy required to dissociate or to convert 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its ions. It is the amount of energy required to dissociate or convert 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its ions is called lattice enthalpy or lattice energy. Here, during this reaction, here 1 mole of sodium chloride solid ionic compound is taken. To convert 1 mole of solid ionic sodium chloride into gaseous sodium ions and gaseous chloride ions, the amount of energy absorbed delta H is equal to 788 kilojoules per mole. So this amount of energy is called lattice energy or lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride. So understood? So write down the definition. It is the amount of energy. It is the amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of a solid ionic compound, 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its gaseous ions. The amount of energy, it is the amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its gaseous ions is called lattice enthalpy. It is denoted as delta H lattice. It is denoted as delta H lattice. Example, NaCl solid. This is 1 mole of solid ionic sodium chloride when dissociates, when converted into Na plus gaseous ion and Cl minus gaseous ion, the amount of energy absorbed delta H equals 778. So here it is plus sign and it is an endothermic reaction. So write down here delta H equals 788 kilojoules. Therefore enthalpy or lattice enthalpy of NaCl solid, lattice enthalpy of NaCl solid, delta H lattice equals plus 788 kilojoules per mole. So the amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its gaseous ions is called lattice energy of that compound. So lattice energy of an ionic compound cannot be determined by experiment, but it can be determined using an enthalpy diagram called Born-Haber cycle. It is very important. So definition of lattice energy or lattice enthalpy is also important, and next determination of lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride is also important. So write down the question. How do you determine so this is important question. How do you determine the lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride? What is the formula of sodium chloride? NaCl using Born Born-Haber cycle. How do you determine the lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride using Born-Haber cycle? So this question is also very important. Definition of lattice enthalpy is important and determination of lattice enthalpy is also important. So write down lattice enthalpy of an ionic compound cannot be determined by an experiment, but it can be determined using the enthalpy diagram called Born-Haber cycle. First stop. The Born-Haber cycle for NaCl is as follows. So this is the first sentence. What is Born-Haber cycle? Lattice enthalpy of any ionic compound cannot be determined. So ಒಂದು ಮೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡನ್ನು ಅದರ ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So lattice enthalpy cannot be determined by experiment, but ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೋದು ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿನ? ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನ್ಡ್ by using enthalpy diagram called Born-Haber cycle. So Born-Haber cycle for sodium chloride is as follows. So this is very important, write down. So Na means solid sodium. NaS means solid sodium. When reacts with half Cl2 gas, half chlorine molecule to give NaCl solid. NaCl solid. So write first this reaction. NaS sodium solid plus half Cl2, half molecule of sodium chloride. When sodium solid reacts with half Cl2 molecule of chlorine, you will get solid sodium chloride. The enthalpy of this reaction, delta HF, this is enthalpy of formation, equals minus 411.2. So this is NaCl solid. This is the first reaction. Sodium reacts with solid sodium reacts with gaseous chlorine to form solid sodium chloride. So the enthalpy of formation of this reaction, this is the formation of NaCl. Enthalpy of formation delta HF equals minus 411.2 kilojoules. So solids cannot directly reacts with chlorine, but actually the reaction takes place like this. First, solid sodium dissociates to give gaseous sodium. So this is sublimes to give sodium gaseous. Solid sodium. So this reaction cannot take place as it is. So the reaction takes place by this process. What happens? Now solid sodium is converted into gaseous sodium. Conversion of solid directly into gaseous form is known as sublimation. The amount of energy released during this reaction is called delta H sublimation. Delta H sublimation, that is equals plus 108.4 kilojoules. 100 plus 108.4 kilojoules. So solid conversion of solid sodium into gaseous sodium is known as sublimation. The amount of heat absorbed during this process is known as enthalpy of sublimation. That is equal delta H sub anta barkoli is equal to plus 108.4 kilojoules. Next to sodium atom sodium ion ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Sodium atom is converted into sodium ion. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಟಮು ಅಯಾನ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈಸ್ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿನ ನಾವು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಚ್ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ IE ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this is equals plus 496 kilojoules. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟು ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, NaS ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಾಫ್ Cl2G ಗಿವ್ಸ್ NaClS ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನಿನ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಚೇಂಜನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ HF ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 411.2 kilojoules. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸರ್ಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಡು ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವೇಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಸಬ್ಲಿಮೇಷನ್. ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಬ್ಲಿಮೇಷನ್. The amount of heat absorbed or enthalpy change of this reaction delta H equals delta H sub ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, sublimation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. That is equals plus 108.4 kilojoules. It is 108.4 kilojoules. So delta H sub equals plus 108.4 kilojoules. Sodium gas is converted into sodium ions. This process is known as ionization. The enthalpy of ionization delta HIE is equal to plus 496 kilojoules. Next to chlorine molecule chlorine atom convert ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Chlorine molecule is converted into chlorine atoms. ಈ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿನ ನಾವು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ H ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಆಟಮ್. The enthalpy change is known as delta H dissociation. That is equals 121 kilojoules. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ಫಿಗರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು gaseous chlorine atom is converted into gaseous chlorine ion. Gaseous chlorine ion. So ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಮು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಯಾನನ್ನು ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅವರು, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಫಿನಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ H EA, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಫಿನಿಟಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ H EA. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇದು ಮೈನಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ 348.6 kilojoules. 348.6 kilojoules. ಸೊ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, sodium solid converted into sodium gas. The reaction is called sublimation. The heat enthalpy change is called enthalpy of sublimation. It is plus 108.4 kilojoules. Gaseous sodium atom is converted into gaseous sodium ion. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಆ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಚೇಂಜನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 496 kilojoules. Chlorine molecule is converted into chlorine atoms, gaseous. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 121 kilojoules. Then chlorine atom, gaseous, is converted into chlorine ion. Negatively charged chlorine ion, it has to accept an electron. The enthalpy change during this reaction is called enthalpy of electron affinity. Next to gaseous sodium ion combine with gaseous chlorine ion forming solid sodium chloride. Solid sodium chloride. The enthalpy change during this reaction delta H is called lattice energy. Lattice, delta H, lattice, enthalpy of lattice enthalpy ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ H lattice Na plus G plus Cl minus G gives solid sodium chloride. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಚೇಂಜನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ 1 mole ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸೈಕಲನ್ನು ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಹೇಬರ್ಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದೊಂದಾಗಿ ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಚ್ ಎಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ NaCl. Delta HF is called enthalpy of formation of NaCl. Then what is delta H? Sublimation. Delta H sublimation. This is enthalpy of sublimation. Enthalpy of sublimation. Delta HIE equals enthalpy of ionization. Enthalpy of ionization. Enthalpy of ionization. Then delta H dissociation. Enthalpy of dissociation. Delta H EA is equal to enthalpy of electron affinity. Electron affinity. Affinity. Then delta H lattice equals lattice enthalpy equals lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy. So enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization energy, enthalpy of dissociation, enthalpy of electron affinity, and this is lattice enthalpy. So now lattice enthalpy delta H lattice equals delta H sublimation plus delta H delta H ionization energy plus delta H dissociation. Delta H sublimation plus delta H ionization energy plus delta H dissociation plus delta H electron affinity minus delta HF minus delta HF. So substitute the value of delta H sublimation. Delta H sublimation equals 108.4 plus enthalpy of ionization, that is 496 plus enthalpy of dissociation is 121 plus enthalpy of electron affinity. So it is minus 348 minus 348.6 minus of minus 411.2. So minus of minus becomes plus. So this becomes plus. Minus of minus becomes plus. So if you add all these things, you will get delta H lattice equals plus 788 kilojoules. 788 kilojoules. So this is enthalpy, lattice enthalpy of NaCl, lattice enthalpy of NaCl, that is 788 kilojoules. So this is very important from your examination point of view. So you study well in your homes. So lattice enthalpy cannot be determined by experiment, but it can be determined using Born-Haber's cycle. So how do you determine lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride? For that you have to write the Born-Haber's cycle like this. What is the first reaction? NaS plus half Cl2G gives NaCl solid. Delta HF equals minus 411.2 kilojoules. So this reaction does not take place directly, but it takes place like this. Solid sodium sublimes to give gaseous sodium. Enthalpy of sublimation is this one. So gaseous sodium atom is converted into gaseous sodium ion by losing electron, that is known as enthalpy of ionization energy. Then gaseous chlorine molecule dissociates to give gaseous chlorine atom. Enthalpy change is enthalpy of dissociation. Then chlorine gaseous atoms are converted into chlorine gaseous negatively charged ion. The enthalpy is called enthalpy of electron affinity. So you have to remember all these values. Then lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride equals enthalpy of sublimation plus enthalpy of ionization energy plus enthalpy of dissociation plus enthalpy of electron affinity minus enthalpy of formation. So this is minus of minus 411 becomes plus. So ultimately you will get 788 kilojoules. So minus of minus you can also write plus. So this is how we can calculate enthalpy of ionization. Enthalpy. So dear students, so next we will learn another very important question from your examination point of view. State Hess's law of constant heat summation. SUMMATION. State Hess's law of constant heat summation. Stop. Illustrate with an example. Illustrate with an example. So you may be asked only the definition of the law, or you may also ask state and illustrate Hess's law of constant heat summation. So what is the statement? Statement. So the statement is Say for example, carbon combined with carbon solid combined with oxygen gas forming carbon dioxide gas. So what is delta H? Delta H equals minus 393.5 kilojoules. So this is the reaction which takes place in a single step. Carbon combined with gaseous oxygen forming carbon dioxide. The enthalpy change of this reaction is minus 393.5 kilojoules. So the same reaction can be brought about by the following two steps. So in step 1, this is step 1, carbon combines with half molecule of oxygen, limited supply of oxygen forming carbon monoxide gas. So here delta H1 equals minus 110.5 kilojoules. 110.5 kilojoules. So next, in step 2, this carbon monoxide combined with another half molecule of oxygen forming carbon dioxide. So in this step, the amount of energy liberated delta H2 equals minus 283 kilojoules. 283 kilojoules. So if you add step 1 and step 2, what happens? So the substances which is on the right side get cancelled with the substances which is present in the left side. CO gets cancelled with the CO. So and then adding these two reactions. So adding step 1 and step 2. So you will get CS plus half O2 half O2 1 O2 G gives CO2 G. Delta H1 plus delta H2 is equal to 100 and add ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ this is minus 393.5 kJ. If you add delta H1 and delta H2, you will get minus 393.5 kJ. So therefore delta H is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2. So what is the meaning of this one? Delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2. What is delta H? Delta H is the enthalpy of the reaction which takes place in a single step. The same reaction can be brought about by the following two steps. So if you add the enthalpy change of the step 1 and step 2, they become equal to the enthalpy change of the reaction which takes place in a single step. That is delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2. This is the statement of Hess's law. What is the statement? Whether a reaction takes place in a single step or in several steps, the enthalpy change is the same. Enthalpy change is same. This is the statement. Whether a reaction takes place in a single step or in several steps, the enthalpy change is same. So that is statement. Write down WHETHER. Whether a reaction takes place in a single step or in several steps. Whether a reaction takes place in a single step or in several steps, comma, the enthalpy change is same. So this is the statement. Whether a reaction takes place, ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನಿನ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವೆದರ್ ಎ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ or in number of steps or several steps, the total enthalpy change or the enthalpy change of reaction is same. So this is the statement. Next, illustration. Let us consider a reaction which takes place in a single step. Let us consider a reaction which takes place in a single step, that is CS plus O2G gives CO2G. What is delta H? Delta H equals minus 393.5 kilojoules. 93.5 kilojoules. So next, write down the same reaction can be brought about by the following two steps. So step 1, CS plus of O2G gives CO2G. Delta H1 equals minus 110.5 kilojoules. 110.5 kilojoules. Step 2, CS plus of O2G gives COG, carbon monoxide G. So in the next step, COG plus of O2G gives CO2G. Delta H2 equals minus 283.0 kilojoules. Next, adding step 1 plus step 2. So carbon monoxide gets cancelled with carbon monoxide. CS plus of O2 plus of O2 gives 1 O2, that is O2G gives CO2G. Then what is delta H1 plus delta H2 equals? Delta H1 plus delta H2. When a chemical reaction is added, the heat term should also be added. So that is minus 393.5 kilojoules. So therefore delta H, enthalpy of the reaction which takes place in a single step, is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2. Delta H1 plus delta H2. This is Hess's law. Hess's law. This is Hess's law. So whether a reaction takes place in a single step or in several steps, the enthalpy change is same. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚೂಸ್ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. That is delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ delta H1 equals enthalpy delta H equals enthalpy of reaction which takes place in a single step. Delta H1 and delta H2. Delta H1 and delta H2 are the enthalpies of reaction which takes place in step 1 and which takes place in 2 steps. Delta H1 and delta H2 are the enthalpies of reaction which takes place in 2 steps, which takes place in 2 steps, which takes place in 2 steps. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಲೈನನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ವೆದರ್ ಎ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್, ದ ಎಂಥಾಲ್ಪಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2. What is delta H? It is enthalpy change of the reaction which takes place in a single step, and delta H1 and delta H2 are the enthalpies of the reaction which takes place in 2 steps, which takes place in 2 steps. So this is illustration. So delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2. This is Hess's law. So this is enough for today. I will continue tomorrow.